Hi, everyone. Welcome to NTR 500 Communications in Nutrition. This is Dr. Kitchen, and I am the instructor for this class. This is just a short little welcome video to introduce you to the class so that you can be successful this semester. Now, overall, this is a very short semester. It's only a 1-credit course, and so I have sort of pared down the course for this semester because I think in past semesters it's been a little bit too much. It's not been exactly a 1-credit hour course. So hopefully the work in the class will match up with the 1-credit hour that you will earn for it. So let's talk a little bit about the course. Most likely you are right here. You're in this learning module 1 right here. So let's talk about these learning modules. You can go here to get to the learning modules, but you can also go over here on the left side of your menu and go to the modules here. So let's go in right here. You can also get to the syllabus on this front page. But let's take a look at the learning modules, because one of the important things that you need to understand about this course is that everything is organized in learning modules. For those of you that have taken classes in our department before, or perhaps you've had me as an instructor before, this is going to look super familiar. So again, everything is organized in learning modules. And when we take a look at the syllabus and I show you a due date, it's always going to be that the learning module is due on a particular date. And that means everything in that learning module is due at that time. So you can see the due dates here. You'll also see the due dates in the learning module themselves and then also on the syllabus. So you've got the due dates kind of all over the place. And all of the learning modules, you'll see a little overview. You'll see the learning objectives. And so take a look at those. On the learning objectives, when you look at those for the subsequent modules, and even in this module, this is what you will be tested on, whether it's a quiz, or anything else. You don't actually have exams in this course. So there are no exams. There's no midterm. There's no final exam. It's all about activities, but there's also quizzes. And so if you're wondering what's going to be on the quiz, the learning objectives is what you are what you go to. So go to those learning objectives, and that's what you will be tested on. So for all of the modules, again, you'll see objectives and then you'll see activities. So you need to complete all of these activities, because these activities are going to inform what you talk about, perhaps on the discussion board. Not all of the modules, I don't think, have discussion boards, but many of them do. And then there's pretty much almost always a quiz. And the quizzes, except for the first one, but all of the quizzes are timed and you get to take them once. Some people complain about the timing on the quizzes. I don't give you a full minute per question. That's because I expect you to study the material and to know it. And so generally, if there are, for instance, 5 questions on the quiz, you'll have 4 minutes. And it's plenty of time. It may not sound like enough, but believe me, it is plenty of time. So you can come down here and you can see when this learning module is due. Now, let's take a look at the syllabus. So again, first thing, everything's organized in modules. If a module is due, that means everything in the module is due on that date. But let's take a look at the syllabus. And I'm not going to read you the syllabus. You guys can read perfectly well. So I'm going to let you read the syllabus, and I expect you to know everything that's in it. I want to try to make this bigger, but I can't see where to do that. Here we go. So let's take a look at the syllabus. And again, I expect you to read this. So one of the most important things on the syllabus is my co-instructor right here, Miss Kelsey Rushing. As I emailed you guys, I'm going through a bit of a difficult time right now. I'm getting treated for leukemia. So I'm in and out of the hospital. After the treatments, I have long periods of time where I feel really, quite frankly, really, really bad, just extreme fatigue, and it's hard for me to do things. So I'm taking a lot of sick days. So Anytime you email, if you're going to email me, you need to email Kelsey. If you're going to email Kelsey, you need to email me. Kelsey's going to be doing some of the grading. She's going to be picking up some of the communications for me at those times when I'm not able to. So every single time you email us, you email both Kelsey and me. That's really, really important. I do prefer that you email us directly on our UAB email accounts as opposed to through Canvas. I will respond to you on Canvas as well, but I just prefer direct emails. It's easier to manage via my phone and all that other stuff. So again, I really stress this. When you reply to all so that I'm seeing it, so Kelsey's seeing it. This is really, really important. Let's take a look again. You can read through here. Let's take a look at the course evaluation, how you're graded. It's really straightforward. I've really simplified this down so that everything is simpler this semester. Half of your grade is going to come from your module assignments and assessments. It's going to be those discussion boards. It's going to be little mini assessments. It's going to be quizzes. So that's half your grade right there. Now on these discussions, please don't wait until the last minute to post in the discussion, because one of the things you're graded on is how involved you are in the discussion. Are you responding to other people's discussion boards? So if we go on there and we're grading you and we see that you posted, at 11:58 right before the due date, and just threw in a few comments on somebody else's post like, hey, that's a great post, thanks for posting that, you're not going to get a very good grade. So you need to get into these modules early and really think about your discussion posts. Some of them are worth more than others. And so please realize that, because this is really, really important that you are involved. It's a discussion. And so we're going to be looking for that. And then you have an education project. I've really pared this down. Before I had people doing videos and just all kinds of stuff. All you're going to do is an education piece, and you're going to do it as a group. We're going to put you in groups. For those of you that are in the dietetic internship, we will put you in your internship groups, because I know that people really prefer that. Now, let's take a look at the course schedule, okay? Because that's the other super important thing. Let's go over here. Sorry, I'm not really doing a very good job here of navigating around on this. At the very end of your syllabus, you will see the course schedule. So this shows you what you should be working on at the beginning of the week. So the week's going to start on a Monday for us, and it shows you what module you should be working on. And then your due date is over here. And again, everything in that learning module is due on that particular day. So this shows you the topic in the module. Now, this first module, Lost in Translation, this is one of your most important modules, because it's about interpreting nutrition research correctly. And those of you that know me know I'm really passionate about this, because in nutrition education, I don't care how great of a communicator you are. If you get the information wrong, then you're not doing a good job. And so I'm a big stickler on interpreting nutrition research correctly. So this first module, it's a little bit bigger than the other. So when you get in there and you see it and it's a little overwhelming, don't get too overwhelmed. The other modules aren't that big, but it's a really important module. The discussion is worth a lot of points. So again, you need to get in there early, really learn the material, and post some really valuable posts. So I expect you to post your own discussion post, and then I expect you to read other people's posts and get involved in the discussion. You don't have to comment on everybody's post, but you need to be reading other people's posts and getting involved in the conversation. There are 50 people in this class, so I certainly don't expect you to comment on everybody's, but I do expect you to be involved. And then the rest of the topics, writing for real people. I'm going to teach you how to write in a really different way than what you're used to. This is one of my favorite modules, because a lot of students go, oh, this was actually surprisingly hard. Some people take to it really quickly. Others, it's like, you're telling me to do everything that my other professors tell me not to do, like using personal pronouns and stuff. So I really love this module. And then we'll talk about making media, the art of information. And then also in the media savvy RD, you'll learn a little bit about how to communicate on TV and to reporters. That may sound a little old-fashioned, but it's something that we still do. TV is still important. So you can see the course schedule there. So I hope that this was helpful. Please review everything. Please remember to, again, email both Kelsey and me. Oh, one of the things I want to mention too, this last module that you see down there called It's a Wrap. That is actually your project. Okay. So I'll be opening that up early for you so that you guys can get working on that. I will put you in your groups. You're going to be working in groups of probably 5 on these education pieces. I do want to mention one thing that this class is not, and it may be disappointing to some of you. This is not a class about social media. We do touch on social media. We talk about it, but social media is really hard. I am guessing that there are some of you that have mastered social media way better than I have. I get people asking me, how do you become an influencer? And I tell them, well, someday if I'm ever an influencer, I'll let you know because I have no idea. You can be a really great communicator, but it doesn't necessarily mean people are going to follow you. One of the things that I found is that sometimes the more extreme you are, the more likely people are going to be to follow you. Not necessarily, but sometimes. So anyway, that's something that this class is really not about how to become an influencer, how to master social media, TikTok, Instagram, because that's something that quite frankly is hard to do, and I've never quite mastered it myself, but I can teach you some basics and get you started on stuff, and then hopefully you guys can teach the rest of us how to be influencers and make media that goes viral. So I hope that this was helpful. Again, please read the syllabus. That's part of your assignment, and I hope you guys have a great semester. And again, please remember always when you're emailing to email both Kelsey and me. I hope that you have a great summer, and I look forward to meeting those of you that I haven't met and to seeing those of you that I already know.